What's up? My hair. All right, so I just watched a clip on men not wanting relationships, and a lot of what was said was true. Men do not want relationships, they want relations. Now, here's the thing, bust the skid out. You know, when I was going through my turmoil, looking for a place to live, I gathered a lot of information. And one of the things I found out where all the men are hiding. I went to a couple places where one landlord, he has 5 houses. They're all full of men, and he rents out the rooms for $500-600 a room. It's ridiculous, but that's what he does. That's how he makes his money. All of them fell with men, men, right? So what men are doing is men are saying, forget relationships. You know what I'm saying? I had another landlord that I talked to, and he said, yeah, all the people who live in here are all men. They got, their own apartments, blah, blah, blah. He says all they do is go to work and come home. Now, this was on like near campus. So it's like prime hunting ground for a beautiful young lady. No, that's not what they're doing. They're not hunting anymore. It's over. What they're looking for is peace. It's what they want. Men are not, they're not hunting down these females no more. It's just not worth it. The juice is just not worth the squeeze whatsoever. So a lot of these men have given up their dream of having this big house and a wife and kids, and you know what they're doing? They're opting out for 1-bedroom apartments, and they're going to work and they're coming home, and that's it for a pit. They're not focused on anything else. They got money. Listen, these guys are teaming up and they're going out and going and doing stuff together. One guy was like, "Hey fellas, he's like, hey guys, it was a joke." He's like, "You know what? I got a great idea. Let's get married." And he was talking to another guy. He was like, "Hear me out now. Hear me out. Now we don't have to, be, conjugal." He says, "But listen, we can, split our money." He said, "We can do what we want, go where we want." He said, "We can even buy a boat." He's talking about putting his finances together. And he said, "We can buy a bigger house." And he's exactly correct. He's exactly correct. Now, the whole marriage thing was a joke, but what he was saying is he's just like, you know what? If I want to just date a woman and not marry her, I don't need to do that to have a great life. And he's like, "Fellas, why don't we just team up on this thing? Go out and buy some houses, get some Airbnbs going. We can, do up the houses and just stack our dollars and just travel, go wherever we want to go. Why are we so focused on getting some woman to believe in our dream when women want equal rights?" Let's listen. You can have equal rights, you can have equality, you can have all that, but why do we need to struggle with you to get you on our program because we are traditional and you are not? Fellas, we don't have to do this anymore. Women want equal rights, give them equal rights by all means. They want equal rights, equal pay, give them equal rights, equal pay, whatever they ask for. But ladies, don't expect us to get on your program. Don't do it, because we realize, listen, you don't even want to sleep with us. You got women in marriage who've been holding back the nookie for 2-3 years. Guys you can't get that. That's like a bargaining chip for women. They hold it against you. And biblically, that's wrong. The Bible says don't do that. You're setting yourself up for prostitution. But women don't care. They do it anyway. And then the whole taking half or the majority of her stuff and then taking your house and then moving somebody, a younger male in, and he's around your kids, banging your wife out and all this other stuff that goes on. Oh, ladies, it's over now. What I found out is the majority of these places, these houses that you see, they're full of males and they're just renting out rooms. That's what they're doing. These guys get up, go to work early in the morning, come back, they go in their little room and they are content. Do you understand the level of finality that you have to be to rent a room for $600 a month? Do you even understand that? To not go out and search for someone and to not go and look for a mate. You understand how backwards that is for us? That's completely against our nature. Our nature says go out, hunt, find a mate, and repopulate. That is our nature. So something drastic had to happen for us to go completely against our nature. For 21-year-old males to say, I'm not doing it anymore. It's outrageous for 30-year-old males who got their stuff together, 40-year-old males who's got together, they got bank accounts, they got money, they got cars. They can afford a whole family and more and say, you know what? I'm opting out. You understand the drastic measures that has to happen for a good-looking 40-year-old male to say, I do not want a young, beautiful wife? You understand what kind of tragedy that is? And it's not just happening here, it's happening all over the world. Because, hey, women want equal rights. Women, when you say you want equal rights, you want to vote, fine, you got to vote. Hell, the reason why Obama won such a landslide is because of the women. No problem. The reason why Hillary Clinton, she should have won by popular vote, 3 million over Trump. It was because of the women. You go, ladies, no problem. But there's a problem. Because you kept going and you kept saying, we want to get paid as much as the men get paid. However, you ladies get sick more than men do. You take time off more than men do. You don't work as hard as men do. You don't, but you want to get paid the same thing that men do. But when you start looking at the job and start looking at the numbers, you find out that women aren't keeping up with men at all. And you got some women who are going, well, now we're more successful, we're more entrepreneurs. Listen, you're more entrepreneurs, but you're not more successful than we are. You ladies in this, oh, we can just go out and do it and blah, blah, blah. No. You ladies saying that you don't need men, listen, everything that you do involves a man. Every single thing that you do, there is a man involved in it somewhere. And you cannot get around it no matter what you do. As soon as you start your car, guess what? A team of women did not build that car. I worked at a car factory. 70% of it was men. On the line, 70%. You women aren't lifting heavy things at these jobs. When you look at the men who are building these streets, you don't see a woman on a jackhammer. You'll see a woman holding a sign. And big ups to the women holding the sign. That's dangerous. One lady just got killed recently holding one of those signs by a drunk driver. What I'm trying to tell you is you're not doing the arduous work that we're doing. You don't want to do the arduous work that we do. You don't. Majority of people who are firefighters, police officers, they're men. Construction workers, men. Electricians, men. Maintenance guys, men. You ladies do not want to do this work. You don't. And we're telling you to go out and do it. There you go out and do it. You will not do it. So when you talk about your entrepreneurship, you ladies are, the stuff that you're doing is fine. We don't knock that. But don't look at the stuff you're doing, makeup and selling hair and all this stuff, and compare it to anything that we're doing. You're not building anything. You're not adding to the infrastructure. Not one bit. You're not adding to the infrastructure. You're not at the steel mill, breathing in that soot, getting black lung. I mean, how many women do you know that are miners, coal miners? How many? Getting trapped up under the ground for days, and sometimes that's it. They just had an accident recently. Bunch of people died. Damn mine blew up and just rolled over everything. Bunch of people died. How many of you think that there were women in those trucks that got rolled over? Hardly any. I would go even far as to say none. You're not doing what we are doing. You're not building anything. You're not out on these roads like we are. You're not doing it. You're not laying brick like we're laying brick. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it in the cold. You're not going to go build these bridges. You don't want to do it, and we want you to do it. So stop with we're more successful now, we're more entrepreneurs, because if we put you in the middle of the woods, you would not survive. You would be dead in no time by one or so many things that would kill you. If it isn't hypothermia, if it isn't the weather, if it isn't the bugs, if it isn't the animals that live there, it's probably going to be starvation. Because you're not hunting like we are. And some of you women making these videos of you shooting guns, we don't care about that. We don't care. You're sitting there at the gun, whatever, and you're shooting the target. That doesn't impress us. We don't care about that. Go get a bow and arrow. Matter of fact, go make yourself a bow and arrow. I haven't seen one TikTok video of a woman actually making a weapon. Not one. All this, we're women, we're doing all this. Not one of you have made a weapon, went out there and shot a rabbit, a pheasant, a deer, a squirrel. Not one of you have done that. And I've been watching this TikTok and YouTube and Facebook for years. Have not seen one of you go make your own weapon, go out there, kill something, skin it, bring it back, smoke it, dry it, and feed it to your family. Not one of you have done it. But you'll find men doing it. Men will make a weapon in a heartbeat, will go and kill a damn deer in a heartbeat, bring that sucker home and feed it to his family. You women are not doing it. You're not doing it. And I'm all for women entrepreneurs, but let's just face it, men don't wear, the majority of, we don't care about your makeup. We don't care about your long hair that you're selling. You made some vitamins or whatever, good for you. We don't care about that. Majority of the stuff that you women are doing has nothing to do with the man. It's useless to us because it isn't the basic necessities. So this is just my PSA from what I've been seeing. Ladies, listen, if you want yourself a man, you better know where your place is. And for some of you who are, high on the hog about now you're this boss, whatever. No, nobody cares. You got millions of dollars, nobody cares. Some of you women are driving trucks now, big ups. We appreciate that. We like that. We likes that. We likes that a lot. Some of you women are out here trying to build different things and trying to get into it. We appreciate you, but you're a one-off. Some of you ladies, you even got vending machine going on. We appreciate that. Get into that. Now, are you fixing the vending machine? Because you don't find that many females that are maintenance techs. There are some, but not too many. How many plumbers do we know out there that are females? It's just not a lot. You see what I mean? It's just really not a lot. Because let's just face it, refrigerators are heavy. They're heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. And I got to yank them things up a flight of steps by myself. I've never seen a woman doing it. One time I bought a refrigerator off of two females and they loaded that refrigerator and got it out. Two of them did that. And I was like, good show. Never saw it again. Once out of the 5 years I've been doing this, two females. Never saw it again. Every person who has come to me with a refrigerator has always been a male, except that one time. And I've never seen a female deliver a refrigerator upstairs. Never seen it. Never seen them do a washing machine or a dryer. Dryers are lighter. Never seen it. You ladies need to know what you're really dealing with. You're dealing with the decline of the population. You got to understand that 45% of you will be childless and unmarried. And this number is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. You think it's bad now. Ladies, do you understand that? You understand that you have a certain window of time to procreate. And then you're going to be doing the whole Lolo Jones thing. You only have a small window of time, and the more and more you push men away, the more and more you become non-traditional, and the more and more you get on social media and shout about, what you did to this guy and how you cheated on him with his dad and his friends. The more and more of you that do that on social media, the more and more men go find another woman to be with. You created the Passport Brothers. You did that. Because when Stella got her groove back, men didn't say anything. And I know some women who went to Jamaica and came back married. I know women who did that. What do we say? Go for it. Now the whole movement is guys are going over there to be predators on women they have a college education. You'd be surprised how smart Filipino women are. They speak English. English is a secondary language in most countries, and also a tertiary language. You have to know English. You got to know it. I went to France. They were speaking English. It was like, okay. I mean, they're right next to England. You know what I mean? You go to Spain, they know English. So this whole thing about men going over there or women don't speak English and it's a third world country and blah, blah, blah. You women have never been to the Philippines. Because if you go over there running your mouth like that, the king of the Philippines is going to extradite your ass right back to where you came from. This is just a warning to you. If you're looking for the men, they're hiding in plain sight. They don't want to deal with you anymore. You have become obsolete. And I want to say this as a maintenance tech. I go into a lot of places. And the women are by themselves. And I'm telling you right now, ladies, those women are not happy. They don't want another woman to come over. That's not what they want. They don't want to see another female coming over talking about how much they hate men, or they don't want to get any phone calls from women griping about their man. They don't want nothing to do with that. You know what they want? They want a man. And then when you ask them where their men are, I just dealt with a lady. She had to be 50 years old. Nice house. You know what's going on with that lady? The reason why I was there is because I was delivering a refrigerator to her. A big old 3-door refrigerator to her. When I got there, I looked and she already had one sitting in her patio. And I was like, well, what's wrong with this? She was like, yeah, I bought this off of Facebook and something was wrong with it. And we've been trying to fix it, blah, blah, blah. I look in her garage, there's 2 more in there. I'm like, Well, what's wrong with this one? Well, it's throwing the error code. I bought this one off of Facebook. So we've been trying to take the handle off of this one, put it on this one. And now she's buying another one. This lady spent like $1,500 buying refrigerators. She shouldn't have had to do that. She doesn't understand refrigerators. That's not what she, is there to do. And I asked her, I said, well, where's your guy? Where's your husband? She said he left. Her husband left. And I'm going to tell you something that's interesting about that. This woman was Indian. They are very traditional. So I'm thinking the dude that left was from India. She was like, he left. I hear this all the time. You ladies do not know what's coming. You don't. You're young, you're beautiful, you got a great body. Men are trying to get at you, but you have no idea what Father Time has in store for you. You do not. I know because I see it all the time. These women are lonely. They're 50, 60 years old. Some of them younger than that. They wish they had a man around. These women are like, can you help me put this here because I don't have a man to do it. I said, ma'am, I don't install. This item I don't install. I'm just a delivery service. I just delivered a washer and dryer to this lady. She was like, can you at least put it in my living room because I don't have anybody. I was like, where your son's at? Where's your man at? She's like, I don't have a man and my kids don't live with me. She lives alone. If I didn't use the dolly to get it in the house, she didn't have no way of getting it in the house. She would have had to go find another man or go get a dolly herself and then learn how to do it and boom. And I'm not saying she couldn't have done that, but you see this extra steps she had to go through. When I deliver, people pay me to bring a refrigerator into their house. They have to pay me to lift a 280-pound refrigerator to get into their house. The majority of houses I go to are women's houses. And the majority of them are single. They have no clue how a refrigerator works. I delivered a refrigerator a couple weeks ago. This lady, she's got good money, a nice little place she had. Black woman too, right? Probably 30-ish, whatever, educated woman. She said, I went somewhere for my job. I stayed there for a week or two. I came back, the refrigerator was warm. You understand this? Something happened to her refrigerator when she came back, all of her food was spoiled. She emptied it out. She cleaned the refrigerator out, which I appreciate. And the refrigerator was plugged in. So I'm bringing up her new refrigerator, bringing it in her house, and I listen to her old refrigerator. I unplug it. I plug it back in. I'm listening, and I hear click. Click. I already knew what was wrong with it. But I couldn't tell her what was wrong with it because I'm delivering a fridge for somebody else. That fridge cost $300 that she bought. The part to fix the fridge she had, $70. She paid $340 to get that fridge into her house. That's all together. She bought it and to get it delivered, $340. $70. It's a $70 part. Single, no man. None. Good looking woman, single, no man. You women are you're about to feel the freeze. You're about to get hit hard because the older you get, the less attention you're going to get. Men aren't going to, I mean, we're done putting up with the BS. We're done. We're finished. We're finished. Men want to be left alone. They want to be in peace. I don't go out to the clubs. I don't go out looking for a woman. I have a 1-bedroom now. I live in a 1-bedroom, little cubby hole, and I'm okay. I got my trucks. I'm not broke. I got food. I'm okay. People are like, why are you single? I'm okay. I don't need the drama. You ladies, this is not what you want right here. My attitude towards dating is not what you want the men to do. You don't want these. Look, I'm an average guy. You do not want this. You don't want the average man to do this. You don't want the average man to be completely spent. No, you don't, because the majority of guys out there are average. We're not in the top 10, 20%. We're not. Anyways, everybody's gone, but I just thought I would tell you guys that I know this message isn't going to go too far because nobody's here, but somebody might stumble upon this. You might get the message, ladies. If you don't change your ways, it's over for you.